Welcome to Situla Codex. Thank you for coming to our site. We are creative visionaries, and we work with the alchemy of intention and our creativity.
We're showing behind us as we talk. We're allowing you to see for you, even if you come here first, before you enter the site, you're going to see the imprintio light patterns. These are mycelial in origin, and they are avatars of the mycelial network that engage with us to remove equational systems whose intention is to violate, confuse, and block the integrity of each person's original pattern and codal reference. These patterns will help you as you enter into the site so that you can assimilate, and makes it easier for you to be able to move through the patterns and the information more easily. These patterns also assist with hyperspace frequency shifts.
And they are a consciousness that is in a beingness of a vibratory essence that as you are looking at them, they actually affect the energetic field that you are, as well as the atmosphere around you.
Well, and they also work with accelerated assimilation that is needed to reclaim our original divine code of consciousness held within each of us.
So as you look at these, for instance, the Creativity Codex, that is with the Palladian inner and outer creativity light pattern deck that we have on the website. Here's the Flower Codex, and they are in groups of 3, creating a trinary energetic resonance that helps to support you in your journey.
Actually, these were the first decks of the imprintio that we did. We started with it because it's mycelial. This deck is of Gaia and is of the planet, and these are very mycelial in their information.
And these patterns that you are seeing are from the area in our website that's called the Mycelial Healing Light and Princial Patterns. And as you reference those, you can go through each grouping. There's the Celtic, there's the omnidirectional, and it'll tell about each one.
Its focus and what it originates out of, and what it's helping to assist in the assimilation or the ability to move what is blocked. So these are the manifestational codex, and Robert and I work on these together at the same time.
We originally had started over 30 years ago working with these imprints, and we worked on them together, painting at the same time, crossing over each other's lines and color to create a balance of the male-female synergy that is necessary for kind of a holistic
what was required
imprintation
to do this codal work. Needed male and female energy working in complete collaboration and assimilation in order to bring forward the divine attitude that was needed.
Yes.
That made it more trinary.
Absolutely.
And goodness, and then along with it we've written all the words that are the rhythms of this alchemy of each pattern. And this is repeated in the books that you'll see on the website. By entering the language of the books, you will be inside a rhythm of sacred geometry built within words.
And the books are, they're self-initiating. And the process of entering and hearing the language itself changes the cellular formational system of consciousness. And the books actually animate consciousness as it's engaged. So both the patterns and the books that are on this website are designed as the intention to resonate and be able to help support and lift consciousness.
And out of this becomes the conversation that's between everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 33 years together in this field of creative consciousness. And we have created the light and principle patterns, and there are 45 books on the sacred inner journey that we have published. All this is available here on this site for you to engage and spend time with, or even quickly, because within each imprint is the mirror of the next one. So they're like nestial.
Mm-hmm.
The imprint goes deeper and deeper, and one imprint, you see another imprint inside of that imprint. So they're limitless in that way.
Mm-hmm. It's like an unfolding, a fractal. So
Yes.
that you're seeing each of these elements that we have laid out through this website. The blogs, the imprential patterns, the books, there's audio. All of these are designed to integrate into a wholeness, so that as you round the curve of your life and approach something that is not yet there, like over the horizon, these help to assist in that journey.
And they assist in so many ways, like the concept in the books, it talks about that the sacred geometry within language, and these books move that. And so it talks very much of the origamic layers within our cells and our lives and the way we do and the way we think.
Mm-hmm.
That we're origamic beings, and there are different books that work with the understanding of this, and our own existential presence that folds into us. We are constantly inside a geometric pattern that is folding or bending or corrugating, or the distance is being corrugated to be close. I mean, this is a type of travel, and in this language of origamic, you will start to learn that your life folds into itself, and things we think and see, they become geometric perspectives. And we talk about, we love to talk about one of the neatest things that we have learned through this is the concept of a squared perspective.
Yes.
And a squared perspective is like, it's taking the geometry of the square. The square is foundational, it's earth, it's Gaia. The square has the four corners. In the corners, that is where everything speeds up. And when we need a clear perspective of something, if we get to the consciousness where we know how geometric our life is, then we ask for a squared perspective. And what immediately happens is that a window after window after window, it's nestial, that the square will actually fold, and the square will accelerate the corners. It also will origamically bend and fold and corrugate. And then all at once a picture will be completed. And then all at once you go through another square, and then another energy of folding and distancing and corrugating happens and happens and happens over and over again. Within minutes, days, hours, until all at once you have the squared perspective that you asked for.
Yeah. And then something that you felt might be difficult suddenly is opening up.
A window opens.
Yeah.
And
you
the
can
more
see.
you're conscious of that, the more powerful you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
work with your needs and your thoughts, and you'll be amazed that we usually find within hours, days, minutes, but definitely within at least 5 days, all at once, what was difficult, that seemed impossible, what you couldn't understand or see your way, will all at once open up. And that is because of your consciousness of asking for it, knowing that that is possible, knowing how the alchemy and the geometry all folds in together to create a process of change. Yeah.
And I noticed as you're talking, I'm looking at the the presentation here, and the up and down movement. The reason that was chosen is as though you're riding on the waves. You're in a boat, and this is the up and down movement. But it's also, as in quantum physics, the wave and the particle. You're the particle. You're the individual consciousness riding along those waves.
Well, here you'll see pictures of people we have worked with and help. They have patterns on their faces, and those patterns are the geometric patterns of how we change.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so wonderful to work with.
It was. So this journey, here's the recognitional codex, and that is one that really anchors into the individual self. So there are many areas within the site that are available to you that reaches into many kinds of expressions. So you have the color in the artwork, and that color imprintation is codial. It
and
works.
the mycelial movement, you can see it. It's not necessarily like geometry in the sense of squares and triangles and all those sacred geometry. It's almost, it is that, but it's a mycelial network. It's a thriving network that bends and flows throughout our whole system and connects us with Gaia, with all the plant world, all the trees. The trees are under our feet, and they have this mycelial language, and we are connected to it. And so these patterns can travel this mycelial network. And so they can move quickly from one place to another to assist.
So
They're such massively valuable avatars.
They are indeed. It's in a way of working with energetic matter, and you wouldn't be here on this site if you weren't searching and journeying and working with your own personal energy and the energies that are around you, either relationshipial or environmental. But as you move through this, you find the connecting factors that you will be drawn to, and they will support and assist.
All our work is open here on this site. All the decks are here. There's 8 decks, different sizes. Some of them are as many as 100 imprints. They're all here available with the language and the rhythm and the sacred geometry of the language that goes with them. All our books that work with the alchemical process are here on the site.
And we are
And
making
they can
these
be
available.
accessed. You can access, actually, most of the books you can access the total book. So you can sit with it, and there usually is an audio that goes with the book that you can utilize. There are also books that work with the same concepts, but in a simpler manner. And those books are for children, but they're equally helpful for adults.
Yes.
Yeah. They just break it down in a different way, different rhythm, but it's the same concepts.
This is the body zero here, and that's working with the body at 0 point. So you're in the present, but the present is in constant motion. So it's not a snapshot. It's a moving, threaded film. And that what we asked for, our intention when we drew these patterns, was to find patterns that would assist and support someone as they moved to their dream, whatever that personal dream that you aspire to. And so these patterns came forward out of our asking, but they themselves are the ones that are present in these decks, and they are personas in their own right.
Well, another beautiful thing that is on this site that we're so grateful for and fortunate to have is a wonderful documentary film that was done on us by
Dale Shireholt,
we're really proud of it. It is a kind of a cross section. It's actually as we prepare for a show, but it is a major show. We've done major shows for about 30 years every year, and it's really covers out, and also it shows a lot of the artwork and in our home, and we talk a lot about what comes out of this for us as a couple, as people who are moving through families and all the things that life carries for us. And within these patterns, they assist us. They assist us with the clarity we need. And so we hope that they'll be able to assist you just as equally.
Yeah, we use these ourselves personally and have for years and years and years, and we refer to them and reference them throughout the day many times.
Well, each codex has full information on it, on what it is about,
What its primary
and then the
focus
whole
is,
imprential pattern theory, the whole imprential pattern process, and what it is about is also at that point in the site where you can read all about it. So there's a tremendous amount of information that you can take your time to go into.
And as we were going through this presentation here, the visual imprintation is occurring, but it's happening through the joy of pattern and color, line and word, and they are all assisting and supporting, but in a very playful way. Playful in the sense that it goes to the core. So that's serious, but in a lighthearted way that is comfortable, and it inspires us to move forward in each day in our journey and our curiosity, and it's continually unfolding for us. So we want to thank you for coming to the site, and we encourage you to explore it because there's lots to be
explored. Yeah, it's very important to us and this time for us to have help in assimilating faster and deeper, to be able to stay awake to ourselves and to our lives and to what we're here for. And these avatars will help us in this awakening time.
So enjoy this. One thing that we've done recently is added more of our blog material to the site. So there will be more of a sense of a freshness and a continuation, so that you can come back and catch up.
Well, the alchemical process is a very big part of our lives, and the alchemical mind each day is setting in place a position in the alchemical process, and how we work through that in daily life. Because if it doesn't apply to our daily life, it's not going to integrate well.
Yes.
So we go to great lengths. We also have a whole part of it that is on the creative life, and we break down all the stages of the creative life. It's actually a radio show we did.
So it's an audio you can listen to while you're doing your work.
We did it years ago. We still listen to it all the time. It is as delightful and as informative. And when we feel kind of out of sync with our creativity, we go back and listen to it, and it refreshes us.
And it feels new to us all the time.
And so it's a series of, I think, we did almost 30 shows. There's at least 17 of them on here.
Yeah.
And in it, we share our poetry and our work and our feelings about the creative process
and how to survive it.
how to survive
How
it.
to survive it, so
Yes.
that we are engaged in it in a fresh, fun way. And so,
Take
thank
time
you.
to listen to it. You'll
Yeah.
have fun. And go to the children's books. They are the Creative Spirit series.
Exactly.
And they are delightful. And I think you'll have a lot of fun sharing them with your children. We'll be putting more and more of those books because we've published over how many books altogether? 42?
48, I think, at the moment.
48 ourselves. So there's plenty there to look at.
So again, thank you. We have maybe another 3 minutes of this presentation to show, and
and we want to mention that the beautiful music that accompanies our work, and lots of our audios and on here too, is the beautiful sacred geometry music rhythm of Gabriel's sound. And Gabriel's sound has been accompanying our work and our stories for many years. And we do have a page on Gabriel's Sound. It's a team of 2 women that work together with the sound and putting together the music and the ideas that go with that. A lot of the music was done by listening to the books. And Christina, who is a musician, started writing this music out of what the book was to her, the rhythm. So I love that. Thank you so much.
So yes, thank you very much. If you enjoy this, certainly we
Share
would
it with others.
be happy if you share it with others. And we'll leave you with this last bit of music.
Thank you, Raven, Suzanne,
and Robert Hake,
Clarity.
known as Clarity.